Prodigal Steve returns to the darkest dungeon. How's it going, everybody? Last week was much the same as the week before that. We did 2 Shrieker missions in a row, except last week we just grabbed some level 0s and 2s off the stagecoach and hoped for the best, and it ended up working out. So, hey, so much the better. This week, gonna level up a Hellion and also an or no, not a Hellion. We're going to level up a Vestal and an Antiquarian, right? You're level 6, you've been to the darkest dungeon, you're certainly level 6. You're level 5, you're level 5. Alright, so Sunring, Ancestor's Pen on our Hellion, Sunring, and the Cudgel Weight. I considered the Ancestor's Musket Ball, but I really want that stun on a long champion mission. I think that's substantially more important than a little bit of extra damage. Ancestor's Map and the Hag's Ladle here on our Antiquarian, because Festering Vapors is going to be so important, especially in the ruins. And then the Sacred Scroll and Junia's Head for full-on heal build on our Vestal. Let's go ahead and provision here. I mean, that's probably more than enough torches, but again, we have the money for it, so it's been a long time since we've done a long mission, huh? I mean, that's probably more than enough food. Yeah, that's both camps and 3 hunger checks. Take a stack of shovels. Might as well take a stack of keys because we have the room for it. Probably won't need anti-venom, but we'll take some anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and embark here. I imagine we won't need half of the things that I've brought, but when you have as much money as we do here at the end of this campaign, or towards the end of this campaign, it's well worth it. We found the secret door already. You know what? I don't want to do that segment. That seems incredibly unpleasant to me. So we're just going to go this way. Open that for really no reason. We should be opening things with the Antiquarian, in fairness. Alright, burn a torch. Come in here. I doubt I'll backtrack to this. I'm not overly concerned about getting a ton of treasure on this one. Really more concerned with just leveling these 2 up. I may try to backtrack to the secret door, though. If I'm going to backtrack to anywhere, it's going to be there. Alright, this doesn't have to be terrible, but it certainly could be. I want to guarantee that you die to the Iron Swan, and that'll certainly do it. What's this? Okay, so if the Blight lands, you're actually certainly going to die. Yeah, okay.
Slowly.
That's even better.
Gently. This is how
Because
life is taken.
Oh, excuse me. The Hellion wouldn't have gotten an action before you acted anyway, so yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Just no words for that. Stun you, lest you do that exact thing again. Okay, never mind. All is right with the world. It's gonna take 2 more rounds for you to do anything, huh? Or for you to die. Might as well do that. Vestal can heal herself on her next turn. We're gonna have to start stacking Blight on this guy, although the Houndmaster does have his mark. Yeah, so you can actually reduce his protect down to 3%, which substantially happier with that. Because now it allows our Hellion to do 13 damage to him on a low roll. Okay, I love this. Less so with that specific interaction that we just had with Mr. Bone General. In particular, him stunning our Vestal is really non-ideal for me, but he does also only have 18 HP remaining, so 1 HP remaining. Really just gonna make that one count, huh?
Balanced.
Get you off Death's Door. Do you... No, none of these heroes have the ability to remove mortality debuffs, which is unfortunate, but it's alright. We're just gonna have to... That's actually not that bad. It certainly could have been worse. Alright. I'm not obviously thrilled about how that played out, but
Sharpened blade.
it is what it is. I'm not gonna stress out about the gold that we're missing out on here. Rather, I'm just gonna move along. We'll get around to making some money, but again, we probably at this point have more money than we're going to need for the remainder of this campaign, so really just trying to check off caretaker goals with this mission, which sounds a little dismissive of this mission, but I don't mean it to be. I do genuinely want to accomplish as many of the caretaker goals as is possible. Ideally all of them, which is going to mean getting this Antiquarian to level 6, getting
In Radiance, may we
that
find
final boss in the
victory.
Weald killed, checking off all the Darkest Dungeon stuff, and then we're actually going to be done. We can't keep skipping room battles, unfortunately. Since we skipped these 2 rooms, we're almost certainly going to need to do all of the remaining rooms. Although I guess we could have knocked 1 more room off the list if we had gone to that secret door on our way past, or that secret room rather. Even if we hadn't opened the chest, if we'd gone in there, it counts towards the explore 90% of rooms. Well, that's alright. We'll go do this battle. Alright, that mitigates the damage portion of the mortality debuff at least, so grateful for that. Right, another
As
torch
the
here.
light gains
Still have
purchase,
plenty of torches.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
This is actually not the worst battle that we could have encountered, especially with the debuff on the Houndmaster. Yeah, let's do that. Brings you down to 10 HP. Do wish any of the other heroes would have gotten an opportunity to move before the witch did, but
Grievous injury.
not the end of the world necessarily. You know what? Just start stacking Blight here. We'll let Iron Swan take care of the witch. Heal our Hellion, obviously, since she is in most dire need of HP.
Obliterated.
End the witch's life. I wish we had more trinkets that gave us speed bonuses, but we have almost none of them, and I suspect that it's because they are A, rarer, and B, so supremely useful. Like,
How quickly the
speed
tide
is
turns.
almost like the be-all, end-all towards the end of the game. Alright, so you're going to die on your next action. Might as well reduce your protect and then hope that the Hellion can get through on you. Can you not crit me while my Vestal is stunned? Please? Okay, she can indeed kill him.
The slow death.
At least the Houndmaster can heal himself this turn, since the combination of the Antiquarian and the Hellion will likely sort you out. Can you just not with me right now? Sure, no, fine. I'm noting that the Antiquarian and Hellion left 4 HP remaining on this this cultist here. I'm more than a little annoyed by that, but that's alright. We do have 2 camps, so it's not necessarily the end of the world.
So too will resistance.
We're looking at 20 stress for 2 rounds. It's not that meaningful to me at this point. Hunger checks are starting to stack up, which is unfortunate, and also why I would like to save as many, or save our camps for as long as possible. I don't want to end up using a camp somewhat superfluously. And actually, you know what? You can operate from rank 2, so let's actually move you there, and then ideally we will get a battle that we can stall out on right here, and then we can reduce all of this stress down to 0. Oh. The game is too kind to me. That is something of a problem, though. So we'll just move you forward, then. Just keep switching her back and forth with the Hellion, since the Hellion can heal herself. Like, these two are completely irrelevant. Could not possibly mean less to me. 9 damage and a double stack of debuff. Okay. See how well that's going to serve you over the course of this fight. Yeah. With the double stack of dodge, debuff still dodges. Twice. Oh, how am I going to be punished for this? The game will not allow this to stand. I wish she could use her heal from the first 2 ranks, but might be a little imbalanced. Take a drink real quick, because I'm gonna be at this one for a while. This is adding probably 5 minutes to this video, but well and truly worth it, I think. And this is just one of the strats that I guess you don't have to employ to beat the game, but it certainly helps. Just keep up with the party heals here. HP should be fully topped off. Just really want to get the stress down on the Houndmaster, but he is apparently impervious to being stress healed. And then, of course, he's going to be one of the only 2 that gets stressed out from the Hellion being crit. It doesn't matter who I click on when I do that, but I want to believe that it does. Please, just... I'm begging you, cure some of your own stress. I don't want to have to use your camping skill to heal your own stress. Maybe I should have brought the Crusader. I was thinking about bringing a Crusader over the Houndmaster, if I'm being honest, but I like him being able to hit the back 2 ranks. It's so useful. There's so many just terrible enemies in the back. And having to rely on the Crusader working his way front to back is not ideal. You're the only one who's still stressed out, my dude. Like, we're actually waiting on you. Does that... Hang on. She didn't have stress until just now, right? Am I losing my mind? I feel like I am losing my mind. Okay, well that didn't stress her out. I have no idea. Excuse me. Shuffle you again. Heal yourself. Party heal. Oh, that's what I like to see. A little bit of stress relief from that crit heal. Okay. Again with this. 3, that brings you down to 5 stress. Okay, well, we can probably start sorting these two out now, huh? Do that again and hope that you... Nope, fair enough.
Decimated.
That'll do it, though. That brings you down to 1 stress.
Annihilated.
Excellently done. Not necessary. So I'm just going to move along here. Redo your skills. Default our party order. Okay. Took a little bit of time, but again, well worth the cost of doing business there. Don't really have room for treasure at this point, so not overly invested in checking that out, at least not yet. We're right back on that stress game, though, which I hate mostly. Okay, sure, 8 damage. 31, 27, 35 dodge. I hate everything. Alright, that's gonna bring you down to 24. Okay. 9 damage, but I think we need a party heal. I was very tempted to Judgment, but let's face it, the Vestal doesn't have the best accuracy in the game by any stretch of the imagination. How are you so agile?
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Don't do it. Thank you. Stun you, because who knows when I'm actually going to get the opportunity to heal you. I hate that you're marked as well. Please. Thank you. Okay. Now we can start focusing on you. 75% chance to hit. Are you kidding me? I don't really care that you resisted the debuff. It annoys me, but it's not that concerning. Really, I don't need to lower your blight resist. Like, you're already getting blighted. Bleed? Okay, you are now very dead. We got some protect, huh? Alright, well, we'll sort that problem out. And then party heal, because somehow, inexplicably, this team of enemies is A, all mostly still alive, and B, has done substantially more damage to me than I would like to admit. Okay, that's much appreciated. 4 for 5, although if he's still alive after 5 rounds, I'm in some serious trouble. Yeah, let's just party heal here. More than a little annoyed at the amount of stress that is stacked up on our Hellion. In fairness, though, that should be expected with the mortality debuff that she's facing.
Her death by inches.
That is just a ridiculous amount of gold, isn't it? Sure. Let's do that, and then we'll take as much of that as we can, and then discard the rest. Do this. Quirk reinforced. Huh. I didn't even know that was possible. Learn something new every day. No scouting, huh? I'm a little offended, honestly. Alright, medicinal herbs can be used there. Maybe should have set up for a stall here, but I don't have the wherewithal to stall again right now, so just stun one of you, although I don't imagine you're going to do all that much damage. Nope. Not heal. Blight, please. Thank you. and you are now very dead.
Destroy them all.
Likely this bone militia will be dead before it gets an opportunity to act. At 11 HP, it feels like we have a pretty good shot of doing, or of sorting this thing out. Yeah. I imagine that our Houndmaster, if nobody else, will move before him, but it actually ended up being our Hellion, who is typically slower than the Houndmaster. Yeah, substantially lower base speed. We do have to do something about the Hellion stress, though. It's becoming an issue, to say the least. No room for any of this. Nobody needs HP, thankfully, but not really concerned about HP, are we?
A blazing star is born.
Well, we wouldn't have been stalling on this fight anyway, so I don't feel all that bad about things. 13 plus a bleed. You're at 12. It's 9 damage. The Hellion is all but guaranteed to kill him. Why did I have to say anything? Alright, well, you're gonna die in your next action now, so hopefully you enjoyed that. How does that cause stress to everybody? That is a little ridiculous, methinks. Okay, just gonna be grateful for what happened there. Bleed? Bleed. Okay, well, you're also dead on your next action, so made that one count, though. Don't really appreciate that. You know, you could have just phoned that last turn in, just taking the day off, but no, I mean, that's alright. It's fine. Committed to your work, it's admirable, or whatever. Can you guys stop marking and bleeding my party? Alright, you have to heal yourself. Still not great on HP, but this battle is about to be over. Yeah, let's just do that. That's fine.
Be wary.
Alright.
Triumphant pride
Cure that bleed.
precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay. Interesting. Definitely take that since we have the room for it. Say no to all of these things. Then go this direction, I suppose. Do you have any skill that you can use? I mean, we're not using that, right? So we might as well do that. Debuff their accuracy, which it has... Yeah, minus 100% damage mod, so we can stall out with that forever, if we are so inclined. Whether or not we are is a whole nother story, but... cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I strongly expect to scout this room. I also expected there to be a room battle here. So I'm not all that surprised by either of these occurrences. No. Not today.
The light. The
Not
promise
like
of
this.
safety.
This mission has not gone well enough for me to be overconfident enough to take on a Shambler. At least not at this point. Probably should have blighted him. Okay, didn't actually matter. I wanted to be certain that if he got in action, he was going to have as low of a probability of hitting any of us as is possible, so...
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh. This is fine. Come on, dude. Thank you. I'm not going to stall too long here, but I am going to let the Houndmaster get as much stress healing done as possible. Can you not? Thank you. There's no reason for you to keep attacking our Antiquarian, aside from the fact that she is the weakest member of the party right now, and it, 100% makes sense from a strategic standpoint to take out the weakest link, but you don't have to be that way. Alright? Put Art of War back on the bookshelf. Get out of here. Thank you. I'm not saying that's due to the debuff, but he is in fact debuffed. Speaking of, there's like no chance he hits anything now, right? Like, couldn't stab his way out of a barn? Which doesn't actually make sense now that I think about that. I meant to, combine the anecdotes of couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with couldn't fight your way out of a paper bag, and it turned out that I invented a situation which would be somewhat difficult for him to achieve, so it would make sense that apparently his accuracy can't go any lower than that. Look, the metaphor kind of fell apart, alright? I acknowledge it, I'm gonna move on from it. This actually went surprisingly well.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Burn the torch for some gold. I kind of want to leave the party in this order because it's working out. I don't know. Let's see. This may be a better party. I'm coming around to using the Houndmaster in ranks 3 and 4 as opposed to rank 2. But I do genuinely love the stun, and I did equip him with a trinket that is exclusively for his stun ability.
Only the strength to follow it.
I mean, we don't need to go fight this hallway battle, but we can, so we will. We'll immediately regret my words and my deeds. I'm going to take ownership of that one wholly. You can blight, right? You can also nervous stab. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. Please. Not as bad as I expected. Also not as bad as I expected. This is a very suspicious game, and I don't appreciate you toying with me. Does party heal? Yeah, and hope for that exact situation. Probably should have reduced your protect, but turns out it doesn't matter, so that's nice. We will have to reduce your protect because you are very, very tanky. Okay, I like that. Although you can be bled relatively easily. That may be the wiser decision. Alright, you did resist that, and that's bothersome to me. That's okay. We'll give you 4 damage per round. Man, so it turns out, like, accuracy debuffs on the enemy are really good? Who would have thought? Yeah, just stack it up. Maybe you actually just can't have lower accuracy than that? Protect is back up, and I don't appreciate that, so... There we go. Okay.
Beast, the greater the glory.
Take that, and we'll take that, and we'll take that. And then we'll ditch some bandages for that. Okay. Probably not too many rooms left here, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty happy with the rest of the things that we have here, so just move along. No longer feel the need to camp, especially because it is going to reduce our, or rather remove our Hellion's damage buff, and she is our primary damage dealer at this point, since the Houndmaster has basically been relegated to stress relief. The Antiquarian is almost exclusively debuffing enemies, and the Vestal, of course, is doing what the Vestal does, i.e. heal everybody else. Sure, we'll check this crate. It is empty. This is largely irrelevant to me. We might have to do this whole hallway now that I think about it. But having two of those rooms be empty is actually encouraging. Basically the ideal. It's only minorly inconvenient that there's an obstacle here, considering we still have 4 shovels. That's another scout. And another empty room, but it does have a hallway battle preceding it, which doesn't need to be terrible. So far, hallway battles have been relatively kind to us on this one. Yeah, please, hunger checks mean very little to me, although we no longer have the ability to camp twice and feast. Unlikely to be a major concern, but it is worth noting, I think. Okay. Happily take this, and you know what? I'll just burn that right away. Gives us another full stack of gold. Sure. Relatively straightforward, I think.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Excuse me? You are not surprised. The fact that you are not surprised is surprising to me. Get rid of your accuracy. You don't need to do nothing. And, alright, you can't bleed him, huh? Alright, we'll get rid of the Fusilier, since he can attack everybody simultaneously. You did in fact hit us there. Huh. Not really ecstatic about your accuracy there, bud. Let's get rid of your protect. As much as it pains me to miss a turn of stress relief, I do think it's important you're gonna resist that debuff again. That's fine. Okay. Clearly your accuracy can go lower, otherwise you would not be able to hit us. I don't know if that bears out mathematically in the game, but I feel like it should.
The ground quakes.
Take this, discard that,
Foolish horrors.
move you back,
Low and driven into the mud.
and come in here. I'm actually a lot happier with the party in this order than the other order, if I'm being honest. Okay, so either this room or the secret room are going to be the end of this mission. I'm very surprised that this segment of hallway ended up being completely empty. There was really no reason to burn that torch there. And that's okay. How invested am I in going back for this treasure? I mean, kind of. We have the torches for it, and we have the food for it. We don't need to do any camping if we don't want to. We are going to want to go down to this room anyway, because it avoids a hallway battle, although, again, avoiding hallway battles isn't my highest priority. Okay, so we have 2 hunger checks left. We might as well go for that treasure, right? Try and conserve some torches here, though. until we get to that room, because we are just going to snuff the torch anyway when we get there. So unless we enter one of these hallways and it happens to have a hallway battle that filled in behind us, I'm just going to avoid burning torches. We are going to stack up a little bit of stress because of that, but likely these heroes will not be necessary for next week, so if they do end up requiring a little bit of stress relief, so be it. We can build another party. Also do all of these curio interactions that we skipped on the way here. Come in here. Go ahead and do that.
Arrows may indeed stalk
Crack
these
into
shadows,
this.
But yonder, a glint of gold.
Alright, well. Wouldn't really say that was worth it. But I guess the curios on the way probably were. And we'll see what these curios here hold for us. I don't remember what any of them are offhandedly. This should have something worthwhile in it. Worthwhile enough. I mean, we're going to make a profit on this mission, so it is what it is. Even, I think, just completing the mission with no treasure in the inventory at all, we would have made a profit. But with this additional gold, we're certainly going to. I'm just going to toss the campfires. No longer essential to me. No longer necessary. I don't know that I want to go up to that room. It seems probably like it's going to be too much work for too little reward. A lot of the times the room chests just end up having heirlooms in them, I'm noticing, so
Black as
we'll
death.
take that. Ditch those things. And then we'll just head back to the hamlet, I guess. Should have done some higher math on what to
The great
discard. This
ruins
is probably
belong
fine.
to us, and we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Please. Thank you. Yeah, almost 50,000 gold on that mission. No diseases. Plus 11 and plus 12 resolve XP, which is literally all they needed to get to the next level. Obsessed with food. We can take care of that. This is fine.
Let each help
Level
the other.
restrictions removed for next quest. I wish we would have waited a couple of weeks to do that level 1 Shrieker. And just, can you imagine rolling up to an apprentice level Shrieker with 4 level 6 veterans of the Darkest Dungeon? Just like, please. Just leave. Either way. It's actually tempting. Yeah, no. Either way, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.